Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, the place where we not only talk about what's going on in the gun world, but also how we're going to fix it together. And today is when we start to pour on a little bit of the heat. I'm going to be honest, I might get spicy on this one. There's even more data coming out now around the horrible tragedy in Maine that everyone and their brother apparently knew that this guy was a horrible human being, had multiple issues of health, had multiple issues of threats with people, and the Army wouldn't let him touch anything. Yeah. Everything's been linked in the description box below, and like I said, I might get spicy on this one because this is egregious neglect. But anyway, make sure you let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and please send this out because we've got to counter the anti-gun narrative that hit us hard and fast in the wake of this tragedy. And of course, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn the notification bell on. My brothers and sisters, we are about to break down some stuff which is going to make your eyeballs pop out of your head, particularly when you've seen all the pressure campaigns from the left around what they should do with banning guns and all of the like. But before you get into that, I want to let you know this content is brought to you by Go Dark Faraday bags. These bags block all types of EMF signal, whether it's Wi-Fi, LTE, 5G, 4G, Bluetooth. Everything that you want to keep to yourself on your cards, on your phone, these block those signals. They've been tested by the military. They've got water resistance. They've got chemical resistance. They've got every type of bag you can imagine. Dry bags, satchels, wallets, smaller bags like this, iPad, MacBooks, computers, whatever you think. Everything will be linked in the description box below. And thank you so much to Go Dark for making this content possible. All right, my brothers and sisters, we have got to hit this because one of the things that's so crucial in the fight for our rights as we go forward is we have to call it out for what it is. The left and the gun controllers are very quick to blame anything and everything on firearms. That's just what they do because it fits their narrative. This cannot be allowed to continue because people are actually dying, and that's unacceptable. Let me show you this, and if you think what I'm about to do is spicy, you guys should check out Second Legacy with me and Tim this morning. It's linked right down there. This episode, we went even deeper than I'm about to go, but check this out. This is from ABC breaking last night. Army said Maine shooter should not have gun and requested a welfare check. The U.S. Army determined the human piece of filth, the suspect, should not have a weapon. There's the timestamp right there, October 30th, 9:11 p.m. last night. So you got the Army that's actively saying you're not allowed to touch anything because of the threats you've made, the behavior you've exhibited, and then they reached out to local authorities. Nothing was done. You still think it's the gun's fault? Let's continue, because again, this is an important thing to understand that a theme is developing. Before last week's terrible situation in Maine, the U.S. Army says this piece of crap's commander was told he should not have access to an Army-issued weapon and that it asked local sheriff's office to perform a welfare check. The military knew. They banned this person from using firearms on their base. They reached out to civilians. They knew. They performed welfare checks. Still nothing. Now here's where I want to address something the left is really diving into. Well, we should have had red flag laws. They had yellow flag laws. They had commitment laws. And last time I checked, I'm pretty sure it's against the law to threaten people with bodily harm using a threat of a firearm or any type of weapon, specifically homicidal threats. None of this was taken heed of. Nothing was done, yet they want to take your gun rights. This is so gross because of the entire thing. But let's continue because I don't want to get too emotional on this. Check this out. In a statement to ABC News on Monday, so this is yesterday, Lieutenant Colonel Ruth Castro, a U.S. Army spokesperson, said that following his mental health hospitalization and evaluation in mid-July, this person's commander was told he should, quote, not have a weapon, handle ammunition, and not participate in live fire activity. What was done? Nothing. People are now without. This is the part where it gets really hard for me to maintain composure. Families now don't have family members going into the holidays and for the rest of their lives because this was not acted upon. No one took the time to look at what was going on from the military to the police to any of those things. Nothing was done months ahead of time. A horrible, horrendous tragedy occurs, and all we've got from the left is gun rights should be abolished because look at what happened. When the entire time there are months and months and months of instances which should have been acted upon. Nothing. and then you get to pay the penalty with your gun rights because obviously we can't be trusted. For this is the theme. Now, let me keep going because I'm trying my very darndest not to get too emotional about this. So, the Sagadahoc County Sheriff's Office said Monday night that the department received an email from piece of crap's Army Reserve unit asking for a wellness check. A deputy was sent out to perform the wellness check on September 15th and 16th, but they weren't at home. A day later, a deputy made contact with the unit commander who said he had no weapons from the reserve per the sheriff's office, and the department also reached out to the family. Well, what do you think the family said? Let me show you. On September 17th, again, September. This horrible tragedy happened mid-October. September 17, our deputy made contact with the brother, who told our office that he would work to secure any firearms that the piece of crap had access to. Our deputy also asked that the family call back if they believed they needed an evaluation or was a risk to himself or others. Okay. Skirt. We're going to set up camp on that one for a second. The deputies in the sheriff's department said if he's a risk to himself or others, call us back. You had the military say you are not welcome to have firearms on our bases. You have homicidal threats being issued against those bases. You have a mental institutionalization in July. And in September, the brother says he shouldn't have them, and this is a problem. You still think it's the guns? I would like to reiterate, Maine has yellow flag laws, they have commitment laws, and they have laws against homicidal threats. All of it was ignored. I'm not endorsing yellow flag laws, and I'm not endorsing red flag laws. My point in saying this is everything that they will tell you is the solution to infringe upon your rights for the safety of others was ignored blatantly. We've seen this multiple times. We also saw it in Michigan. We've seen it in Arizona. We've seen it in a lot of places where things are continuously ignored. Tragedies occur, and the first stop is get rid of your gun rights when it has nothing to do with the problem. One more thing for you. Like I said, it's disgusting what these people are doing and trying to get your rights based off of this. Authorities also issued an alert known as a File 6, warning law enforcement agencies across the state that this person was suffering from psychotic episodes and known to be armed and dangerous. Last week, the U.S. Defense Department official confirmed to ABC News that the person was behaving erratically while deployed over the summer with his Army Reserve unit to Camp Smith Training Center in upstate New York to support summer training for West Point cadets. Psychotic episodes, known to be armed and dangerous. The military outright banned him from being on the base with even touching ammunition, live fire exercises, or firearms at all. They reached out to the Maine State Police. They gave them a heads up. The Maine State Police goes out and does a welfare check and then says, well, if you see anything that's concerning to the family, call us back. I'm pretty sure that about 8 of these instances would have met that criteria. But it's about taking your guns now, not about obvious problems here. And that's what I've got for you guys. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I will see you on the next one. I'm Braden. See you later.